Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Munce Report. Trainer Chris Munce is here to bring us all the latest news and previews. Welcome, mate, and congratulations on another winner. Dash for Dreams adding to the tally for the season, but she had to do it the hard way, didn't she, winning on protest at the Gold Coast?
She did, yeah. She'd have to do it the hard way, Adam. But I mean, it was a well-deserved win in the end. I mean, she certainly loomed to win the race and was buffeted non-stop all the way up the straight. So, you know, it was a good tough effort from her, and she deserved to win the race in the end, which was the right decision by the stewards.
Yeah, for sure. So well done to the Young family. Obviously, when Justin hopped off, he said to them pretty quickly he was going to protest. He was pretty confident and got the job done in the stewards' room. So well done to the Young family who bred the horse. And in other news this week, you've had a few new arrivals to the stable. Glamzell, your new tried horse purchase, has arrived in Queensland. How's she settling into the swing of things?
Really well. She's settled in nicely. She's got a little bit of a woolly coat, which you'd expect coming from Victoria, but the mare herself's in very good order. She's got good condition on her, and she travelled up very nicely. So we'll just poke around with her for the next few days before we start to put a bit of pressure on her. She had a little bit of time off in the paddock after her last run, but she all the same won't take long to come to hand. So she settled in really well. As has Vista Bell. She's another Tavistock mare that was bought to come up to our stable, and she's a lovely big mare as well, and she's really settled in quite nicely. So looking forward to getting both these mares up and going in the following weeks.
Yeah, I guess you'll learn about them as you go, won't you? Learn a bit more about them each week. And you also had two new lease horses arrive at the stables this week, which you're offering publicly to the Munce Racing family and anyone who's interested. Obviously, leasing gives owners a chance to get involved in ownership without the upfront costs. Tell us a little bit about these two, Scoozy's Flyer and Rose Giselle.
Yeah, well, these two horses basically come up as blank canvases, Adam. They've had only minimal education in Sydney, and they've sort of come to me very well prepared. They've got good condition on them. They're still very green and learning all about the racing aspect of it all. But look, they're very mature. They should be able to stand a good solid preparation, and who knows whether we'll get them to the races or not this time around, but they're certainly mature enough to be able to handle a good solid preparation.
Yeah, very good. So they're both, as you mentioned, 4-year-olds, unraced, so a bit untapped there. If anyone is interested in finding out more or viewing their pedigrees, you can email admin@munceracing.com.au. Okay, well, let's get into the preview. Doomben Saturday, Centerfire lines up here. She's second up, where she has a good record, 2 wins from 5 second up. And how's she come through her first up run?
Terrific, really well, Adam. She's drawn, I had accepted with her in the 1200 as well, fillies and mares class 6, but I elected to go in the 1,000-metre race purely because I thought a lot of the major hopes there had drawn quite poorly. There was 4 horses in that race which were probably going to be extremely hard to beat, but they've all drawn out on a limb from that 1,000-metre start can be deadly, and the fact that she drew barrier 1 will take a bit of weight off her back. She should be able to posse up just behind the real pressure speed, and I'd expect this filly to be very hard to beat. She's come on really good since her first run at Caloundra, where she just got run off her feet and was pressured a long way out, but she still kept finding the line. So I think tomorrow, as I said, with a bit of weight off her back, good draw, she'll be certainly in the firing line there late.
Very good. Well, a bit of confidence there. As you mentioned, Leah Kilner claiming with the 3 kilos. So looks well placed. And obviously, yeah, that confidence, you've made her one of your selections for the Unibet Punting League, which is second week of operation this week. And then Unibet customers wanting to take part in that punting league and have a bit of fun, you can follow Chris's tips just by going to the vault, and all his tips will be in there. So a place bet on Centerfire this week. So interested to see how she goes. The other runner you've accepted with at Doomben is Super Bowl Sunday, who's potentially on the quick backup. He ran in the Wollumbar Newmarket. How did he come through, and what are you thinking ahead of Saturday?
Yeah, well, he came through the race quite well, but he hasn't drawn ideally, and he's got 59 to have to lump as well with a bit of speed in the race to pressure him. So I'm probably at this point leaning to not running. There's plenty of other options coming up for him, so I'm thinking that he'll probably wait for another day. But at this point, he's come through Moolumbar quite well.
Okay, and Peppy, your dog's having something to say. She's saying, "Don't run Super Bowl Sunday this weekend."
Yeah, she's not on her own. There's a couple of culprits with her. Don't worry.
The neighbourhood's going off.
Oh God.
Let's move over to the other meeting for the weekend, which is Sunshine Coast on Sunday, where you've got 4 acceptors, but unfortunately, several of them have drawn wide. So I guess let's just quickly touch on them, whether you do decide to run or not. All Sorted is entered for the maiden handicap over 1,000 metres, barrier 15, no jockey declared at the time of recording currently.
Yeah, and look, I doubt she'll run. I think that it's probably a waste of exercise. From that barrier, we're not going to get any joy out of it. She'll be stuck wide and probably be found wanting late. So I think we'll just wait for another day with her. She's going quite well. So I don't really like the idea of wasting a run unnecessarily.
Yeah, sure. We then move over to Vital Source, who's got a similar problem, barrier 17. She's in the maiden plate. We spoke about her last week. Obviously, was a huge run, and obviously is going well.
Yeah, well, I mean, how do you work that out? She drew 16 on Friday at the Gold Coast, and she's drawn 17 at the Sunshine Coast on Sunday. So she's obviously on the wrong foot at the moment. So she probably won't run either. We'll just wait. There's maidens for every race meeting, and we'll just wait until we find the right one with her. But she's in terrific form, looks great, and is training quite well also. So unless something drastic happens between now and Sunday, she'll probably be saved.
Okay, we may pay to just follow nominations and acceptances for next week with her. Then move over to the 3-year-old maiden handicap, cutest maiden handicap. 2 debutantes are entered here. Southern Stock has drawn well in barrier 1, and Strategic Success, who has fared worse in barrier 16.
2 nice horses, really nice horses. They're still a little bit immature. And just taking a little while to learn their trade. But I've got to say, both of them are 2 nice horses. Southern Stock's a Tavistock gelding owned by Mr. Harry Reid, and he's a horse that's just kept on improving as he's got more education and experience. And it's nice to have an owner that doesn't sort of want to see his horse racing early. He was happy to let the horse take his time, and he's drawn barrier 1 on Sunday, so he'll race, and we'll get a good experience on him. But we probably won't realistically see the best of him until we get him out to 2,000 metres or more. So it'll be interesting just to watch him go around on Sunday, where I'd be happy for him to finish in the top half a dozen or so.
Okay, and Strategic Success, he's owned by Brad Talon, who's had a couple of horses with you over the years. He's a good fella, Brad, and Love Conquers All, gelding 3-year-old, who's potentially making his debut, but as we said, drawn out wide. Yeah,
well, that's right. And I mean, look, he is another nice horse too, big, leggy, Love Conquers All gelding, and he's probably realistically, he's another one that's probably going to need a gallop. And whether I run him or not for that bad barrier is a big question mark, because I don't think you'll get a good experience out of it. Okay, mate. Well, they're the runners for the weekend. Yeah, a bit unfortunate with the barriers, but sounds like there's a bit of confidence around Centrefire. And so good luck to all the connections there and to all the runners over the weekend if they do take their place. Good on you, Adam. Thanks, mate.